Hello students, I'm here with another video from the chapter of class 10th Science NCERT book, that is from the chapter How Do Organisms Reproduce. Before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that in the last class what we have discussed. So in the last class I have discussed about what are the different stages of sexual mode of reproduction, as we are discussing the sexual mode of reproduction in the human beings, where we saw that there are two different gametes which are being produced in two different types of the reproductive structures or the reproductive organs. Okay, where these reproductive organs are responsible for the development of the male gamete as well as the female gamete. So male gamete is produced in the male reproductive system, whereas the female gamete is produced in the female reproductive system. The male gametes are produced from the testis, whereas this female gamete is produced from the ovary. The ovary is having millions of they have several small follicles in the ovary by birth. Okay, and once the individual is attaining once the individual is attaining the age of puberty, the egg starts maturing as well as the sperm starts maturing. Okay, so maturation of these gametes are always taking place. It starts from the age of the adolescence, okay, and it continues till certain age. Okay, even this age is fixed in the females, whereas in the males also it is being, the count becomes less after certain age. Okay, so now we have also discussed about the formation of the gamete. After that we saw about the fertilization, okay, in which we will discuss today also that what is the meaning of the word fertilization. Here it is same as that we have studied in the plants. Fertilization means it is the fusion of male and female gamete. So male gamete is in the case of human beings, the male gamete is the name of the male gamete is sperm, whereas the name of the female gamete is ovum. Even we saw the structure of the sperm and the ovum in the last class. So we understood that ovum is already fixed. I mean, it is non-motile, it cannot move. It is the only sperms which can move. The ovum moves with the help of the movement of the cilia, which is present in the oviducts of the female's reproductive tract. Okay. Now the process of fertilization takes place. It starts when millions of sperms are being released in the female reproductive tract. After that, these sperms are highly motile. Okay, motile means they are highly movable. They can move from one place to another. They swim through the different parts of the reproductive tract through, and finally reaches from the it crosses uterus first, and then it reaches into the fallopian tube. Now when it reaches into the fallopian tube, what happens? Here already the egg is being waiting. I mean, the egg is already present. Okay, because after the ovulation the egg comes in the oviduct. Once after ovulation, what happens? It is the egg is released and it reaches in the fallopian tube. It waits there for 24 hours. Okay, if sperms are available, if sperm swims here, and then what happens? It fuses with the female gamete, that is the ovum. Once the fusion of male and female gamete takes place, okay, it is said to be as fertilization. Fine, this we have studied in the last class also, that once the fusion of this male and female takes place, the bond which is being formed, the two cell structure which is being formed is said to be as zygote. As a result of fertilization, what is being formed? A two cell structure is being formed, which is known as the zygote. Okay. Now, as the sperms are moving upwards, means it is crossing the uterus, it is crossing and reaching in the oviduct, which is a place of fertilization. Okay, then it is being what happens when most of the sperms are getting destroyed because of the secretions of the female reproductive tract. Only one of the sperm gets fused with the ovum, and that results in fertilization. Only one of the egg, this one egg is getting fused with one of the sperm. Okay, so what happens? This Here the nucleus is present. So this nucleus is only discharged in the cytoplasm of the oocyte, cytoplasm of the egg. Okay. So once this nucleus is coming here, it fuses. it fuses. Now this structure is known as the zygote. Okay, so this was about fertilization. Once the egg enters, once one sperm enters the egg forms a membrane that prevents the sperm from entering. Once this nucleus is entered inside the ovum, the cytoplasm of the ovum, then what happens? The rest other structures, the rest structure is going to be dissolved. Means it moves. Then this closes again. The wall which is being broken. Now here the work of acrosome comes, because sperm head contains various enzymes which could dissolve the layer of this ovum. Okay, once they dissolve the layer of ovum, the nucleus can easily transport. It makes a passage in the ovum and then it moves inside. Okay, and this is said to be as a structure is said to be as a zygote, which is of two cell, which is two cell. Okay, which is two celled in nature. Now it divides and redivides. The division is taking place here only in the uterus. Okay children, so if I draw a little bit larger, then you could easily understand. This zygote is being formed. Once a zygote is formed, what happens? It starts developing. Okay, so this contains both. It has two cells. Okay, it moves further. It moves further. While moving, it is dividing. It becomes four celled. Okay, it becomes four celled. 1, 2, 3, and 4 celled. Then it moves downwards, where you can see that the uterus is there. Fine. Now here what happens again, while moving it is going to become 8 cell. Now once 8 cell becomes, so till the time you can see that the layer of the uterus is already prepared for implantation. So what happens once this 8 cell stage, 8 cell stage comes, so this gets implanted in the uterus. Okay, now this 8 cell stage gets implanted in the uterus, which is richly supplied with the blood vessel. Now inner lining of the uterus, where the this 8 celled or 12 celled I mean you could say it is a fetus of 8 celled. Okay, so this embryo, now this the name becomes embryo. So once it is called, it is a zygote, and then after the division it becomes embryo. This embryo gets embedded in the body of the female uterus. Okay, this is said to be as implantation. This phenomenon, what is this phenomenon? Phenomenon of after 6 to 8 days of fertilization, the fertilized egg or the zygote. Now fertilized egg is known as the zygote, which is this. Okay, now this is said to be as a zygote. This zygote is going to divide and re-divide during this movement towards the uterus. It divides and the zygote starts dividing, and it forms a two celled, after that four celled, it becomes six celled, eight celled. Okay, once it becomes eight cell, on contrast zygote will attaches itself. So this attachment of zygote, which is 8 celled. Actually there are different names, morula, blastola, gastrula. Okay, so there this stage is said to be as blastola stage. Blastola stage is already, it is said to be as, it is the 8 cell stage. At the 8 cell stage, the embedding of this attachment of the zygote takes place in the uterus. This is said to be as implantation. Please remember, implantation means it is getting planted, it is getting implanted in the wall of the uterus. So this is said to be as implantation. Now in after the, it soon implants around 7 to 10 days after fertilization. It continues till the embryo until 8 weeks. The lining of the uterus becomes thick and richly supplied with the blood vessels. Why it is richly supplied with the blood vessels? It is richly supplied with the blood vessels because it has to nourish this developing embryo. Now once it starts nourishing, it is going to grow and divides and redivides, because it has to, the differentiation has to take place. Now this gets covered, it is going to be covered in its own you could say covering, and this covering is known as placenta. Okay, it is known as placenta. It starts developing, placenta starts developing, and this gets nutrition. Now the embryo, it is going to become big, and then it forms different structures. It forms a complete individual inside the uterus, inside the placenta. So placenta is a layer which contains, which helps in the nourishment of the developing fetus, children. Okay, so this develops the fetus, and then the inner lining is going to continuously give supply. Once it is attached, and this placenta also is attached to it. Now this placenta takes up the function of the uterus partially. Okay, so this is going to provide protection, as well as it helps in excretion, exchange of gases, and it is filled with the fluid. These fluids are of different types, different names. We know these fluids with a different name, and layers are also there. 3 layers are there. So all these layers are responsible for the protection, and it also acts as a shock absorber. Okay, even the weight of this fetus should not be felt by the mother. That is why it is filled with the water. Okay, it is filled with different types of fluid. That is why the weight of this fetus is not felt in the by the mother's body. Okay, similar thing, as our brain is also floating in a fluid, so that even our brain is also having certain weight, we are not able to feel it. Similarly, this weight also is not felt. Fine. Now this grows and continues to grow because placenta is a structure which helps in the protection of these special tissues, which helps in the maturation of the fetus. Okay, it is richly supplied, it helps in the development of the fetus. The mother side, the blood spaces are there, which is surrounded by the villi. Now this provides a larger surface area for glucose, oxygen, which passes from the mother to embryo. Now this developing embryo, which also generates the waste products, which is removed by transferring them into the mother's body with the help of placenta. So it is again being attached. This fetus now becomes attached with a cord. Okay, this tube is known as umbilical cord. What is this? This is known as umbilical cord. Okay, so this placenta and the fetus and the mother, all these things are attached with a cord. This is said to be as one of the you could say this is a kind of a tube which is attached with this fetus and the mother's body, which helps in the exchange of the different gases, exchange of the different nutrients, the energy, the food which is taken up by the mother. This is said to be as umbilical cord. Okay, so all this remains inside, and then the fetus starts developing. Now so this maintains, now this is maintained by the different hormones which is being present in the body of the female. Now the hormone which maintains the female characteristic was estrogen, but the condition when the embryo gets implanted, which is maintained by another hormone called progesterone. Okay, so this progesterone is a hormone which maintains the Okay, so this maintains the pregnancy in the females once the embryo gets implanted in the uterus. Okay, this is being maintained by a different hormone, and this time period when the fetus is present in the female's body, it is said to be as the gestation period. Okay, what is it known as? This is known as the gestation time, or it is also known as gestation period. Okay, the time till which the female is going to carries a developing fetus, or it develops a fetus, or the time taken by the fetus to develop completely or fully is said to be as the gestation period. Okay, now this the period during which the embryonic development takes place, which takes place in the uterus, and it is said to be as gestation period. Okay, the development of the child inside the mother's body takes approximately 9 months or 36 weeks. 36 weeks. Okay, this is about 9 months. Fine. Now the next thing is that the longest gestation period is of elephant. Okay, which takes some more than this 9 months, and the longest one is the elephant's gestation time. Okay, so this is known as the gestation period. We have talked about it. Once the gestation period is over, once the 9 month is over, then what happens? The birth of the fetus takes place. Once the fetus comes out in the environment, then it is said to be as infant. Okay, it is said to be as a baby. Okay, once it is inside, it is the zygote, then embryo, then the after embryonic development, it is said to be as fetus. Till 9 months, it is said to be as fetus. Once it comes out, once it is there in the I mean in the outside environment, it is known as the baby. Okay, now after that few days of the birth, fetus moves in the uterus until until the rhythmic contraction of the muscles of the uterus starts, and then the contraction of the muscular wall, it forces the uterus, it forces the fetus out in the I mean it forces the fetus to come out from the body of the female. Okay, now this contractions and relaxation of the wall of the uterus is also taking place with the help of different hormones. I said that it is being maintained by progesterone, even oxytocin are there, even many hormones are there together with estrogen, progesterone, oxytocin level is very high. So all these are going to help in the process of the childbirth. Okay, so the next step which after implantation is the development of the fetus, which is said to be as embryonic development. And once the embryonic development starts, the different at the different months, the different development takes place. Okay, the different development takes place, you could say that in few days time the blastula is formed. Then again at the stage of blastula, it is going to be, after the blastula stage, it is going to develop and forms again, morula stage is formed, then blastocyst is getting implanted, then it is getting developed. So what about fetal development takes place? Fetal development, in the fetal development, during first month the heart is going to be made. Okay, so if the heart is going to be made, it means there is a, I mean there is some place when the exchange of the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood takes place inside the fetus children. There is one pore inside the heart of a fetus, which after birth it is going to be filled. Okay, once it is going to be filled with a layer. So during the first month the heart is going to be formed. After that the limbs and the digits, the fingers are formed in the second month. In the third month most of the major organs are being formed. After that in the fifth month the hair appears on the head, as well as the different and the movement starts. Then after that in the sixth month, what happens, the eyelids and eyelashes, all these things are formed. Then after that 9 months, what happens, the fetus is fully developed and it is ready to be delivered. Okay, now we can understand these things with the help of different other names. Okay, now here we saw that what is this complete events, all these events are taking place during this gestation period of 9 months in the human beings. Now the next word which you need to understand is the parturition. After this, after implantation, what is the next step? After implantation, this was the first fertilization, implantation. After implantation, embryonic development takes place. Embryonic development. Okay, after embryonic development, what else is formed? So the embryonic development takes place. Okay, then after that one more, after embryonic development, the complete, once the complete development takes place, it is said to be as the gestation. It is called as gestation period. After that, this is, next word is known as the next word is known as parturition. Okay, the next word is parturition. Parturition. Okay, so this is the next, this is known as a parturition. Now what is this parturition? Parturition is a process of the childbirth where the fetus is expelled out because of the mild contractions of the uterine walls, and this is also triggered by the different hormones. One such hormone which helps in the parturition or the act of childbirth. Okay, this is done with the help of the hormone called oxytocin. Again, this is being guided with the help of the hypothalamus. This is again guided with the pituitary because of this oxytocin, which stimulates the positive feedback in the brain, and then what happens, the contraction of the uterine wall takes place. Contractions in the uterine wall takes place, and this is said to be as the parturition. Fine. Now this is being held with the help of different structures, different, I mean hormones, and all these hormones are responsible completely for the birth of the child. Okay, so this is known as the parturition. Fine. So this was about the complete development of the even embryonic development and its birth. After the once the birth takes place, the placenta lining also is discharged. Okay, placenta lining is also expelled out from the body. Now the next thing I wanted to talk about is that what is the next another function. So this was all about the sexual mode of reproduction in the human beings, where I have discussed about the different organs, even the different gametes, where it is being formed, how this is being matured, and then what happens when the new individual has to take place. Then okay, so we talked about fertilization, implantation. After this, embryonic development takes place, implantation takes place, then gestation time is there. After that, parturition is there, which because of which the different individual is being the different one complete individual is being born. Okay, now this is taken care of by the different members of the family. Okay, so all these things comes under the parental care. Now next thing I wanted to talk about the one more topic which is there in your book is what happens when the egg is not fertilized. Okay, now there are two criterias. What two criterias are there? The eggs are being released once ovulation takes place. After ovulation, either fertilization will be taking place, so we studied about if fertilization taking place, then yes. If fertilization taking place, no. Okay, if it is not taking place. Now we have studied about the fact that once the fertilization takes place, then what happens. So we have completely studied this part. If fertilization takes place, then the complete process of implantation, embryonic development, then what happens after embryonic development, the complete individual is being formed, which gives rise after, which comes out because of the process called parturition. Now if the second case is that if fertilization does not happens, then what happens. So what happens when egg is not fertilized is the next topic which we need to understand. So for this you need to know about one more topic, one more thing that is known as ovulation. As I told you that what is ovulation? It is a process of formation of the egg, the release of the egg from the ovary of the female. Now at the age of about 10 to 13 years, the ovary of the females are stimulated by the follicle stimulating hormone. Means one different hormones are there, I said. Okay. So this reveals the onset of puberty. Once the puberty is being attained, then what happens? The different hormones are released, as I told you, estrogen and progesterone are released. Now even as that was taking place in the males, when the males are under pubertal condition, then what happens again, that it takes, the sperms are being matured. Okay, now the fertile phase or the reproductive phase, during the reproductive phase, the different changes takes place in the body of the female, or I should say that it takes place in the different structure of the female reproductive tract. So it prepares itself for the fertilization. Now I said if fertilization happens, then the complete step is being formed, the complete steps takes place that I discussed just before. Now if what happens then, if fertilization is not taking place, for that you need to understand about the process of ovulation and this reproductive phase. Now what happens during this? During this, one stage comes that is said to be as okay, so we'll discuss about this new step which is said as the menstrual cycle. What is this? So I said that when the egg is not fertilization, then what happens? So for that we need to study about this menstrual cycle, where it consists of the formation of follicles or the ovum or the egg. Okay, after this, release of the egg. Okay, If it is not fertilized, then what happens? After it is, if egg is not fertilized, okay, then what happens? Similarly, we have to study about this menstrual cycle. Okay. Okay, so we have to study about this menstrual cycle, which means that if the egg is being released, then what happens? Okay, the ovary produces egg every 28th, 28th day of the month. Okay, I mean after every 28 days, the complete cycle is repeated. So here, while this 28 days, in these 28 days or approximately 1 month, what happens? The uterus prepares itself to receive the fertilized egg. Okay, to receive the fertilized egg. For that, what happens, the inner lining of the uterus wall becomes thick and spongy because it has to nourish the embryo. If fertilization does not occur, then uterus line breaks and it comes out in the form of the mucus. Okay, it comes out with the in the form of the bloody mucus. Then after that, this cycle takes place every month, and this is said to be as the menstruation. Okay, now this is the response of the level of the different hormone, that is the estrogen and progesterone. If the menstrual cycle, these are the series of, what is this menstrual cycle? This menstrual cycle consists of the series of changes in the women's body which takes place through for the preparation of the implantation. If fertilization is not happening, then the menstrual stage, which lasts for 3 to 4 days, and during this phase, what happens? I said that inner lining of the uterus is shedding out. Okay, and the blood vessels ruptures, and this causes the movement of the blood and the mucus from the female's body out and from the female's body. Okay, this is said to be as the menstruation. Okay, now first, for example, now there are two terms which you need to understand, that once the first menstruation starts, and when this starts, this is going to start at the time of the puberty. Okay, so the first menstrual stage, the first the first menstruation the first menstruation starts, and this is said to be as the menarche. Okay, this is known as the menarche. Fine. Now the first menstruation starts, and this starts at the beginning of the pubertal age in the female. So this is again one of the exclusive change which is taking place only in the body of the females. It is not taking place. This change during puberty is not occurring in the males. Fine. So this is only present in the body of the female. Fine. So this is related only with the females. Now next, the first menstruation, I said, this is known as the menarche. Now this lasts for the age of 45 to 50 years. Okay, that the preparation of the uterus every month, and then what happens, the cyclic changes are taking place, the hormonal changes are taking place. For this, this preparation is taking place for every 28 days. This lasts for the age of 45 to 50 years, and after that, what happens, this menstruation stops, and this is known as the menopause. Okay, this is known as the menopause. Fine. So we talked about the menstrual cycle, which consists of different phases where follicular development takes place. After, once the follicle is being developed, it is to be released from the body of the female. And what happens? Most of the women ovulates. Most of the women ovulates every 14th day. In the mid of the month, means this is known as the every 14th day on an average. This is just an average, but it differs from person to person, from women to women. Okay, so ovulates at the age of 14 years, and this is 14th day of the menstrual cycle, and on an average, it is a day when the ovulation takes place. So this ovulates word is directly related with the ovulation, and ovulation means it is a release of the egg from the ovary. Okay, now this is different for different different person to person, it varies. Okay, now the day of ovulation will always vary from cycle to cycle. Okay, it means that because ovulation depends upon this menstruation. So at the 14th day after the menstruation, you can at the 14th day you can say that this is the day of ovulation. Now what happens after ovulation, that we have already discussed. After ovulation, what happens if the egg is being it reaches in the fallopian tube, it moves towards the uterus and it lives for about 24 hours. Please remember, the life of the ovum is very short, that is for 24 hours. Okay, now if during that 24 hours if the sperms are available, if sperms are available, the nucleus is going to be fused. If it is being fused, again it is going to be implanted once after 8 cell stage, which is said to be as the blastula stage. Then this implants in the ovary and it starts developing. While developing, it has to cover itself from a special tissue called placenta, which helps in the exchange of the gases, which helps in the movement of the nutrition, which helps in the movement of the oxygen and carbon dioxide, even excretion also. Okay, even it acts as a protective layer for the fetus. Okay, after that, soon after this, the gestation time is there, and then after that, after this gestation period, what happens? The next, the act of childbirth, that is parturition, comes. Okay, once the parturition is there, then again this uterus regains its activity, and again this menstrual cycle is present. Okay, now because of all these, these are the stages of the sexual reproduction in the human beings. Okay, so this was all about the sexual reproduction in the human beings, children. I'll talk about more things which some of the parts are still left in this chapter. I'll cover that part, and then that would be, I think that would be the last part of this chapter. That is a very small topic which is which is there in your book also. So we'll talk about it in the next video. So that's all for today's video. I will meet you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed.